Alright, what up, guys? Welcome to Recovery Talk in the Morning with Johnny James. I got a new type of bud I'm trying. It's called Gelato Cake. It's by District Cannabis. I've actually had it before, and it's not like I'm trying it for the first time, but it's been a while since they had it back in stock, and they got it back in stock up there at Sunburst at the pharmacy, and you know what I mean. So I went up there and got it on sale, and here I go. I'm rolling it up and ready to smoke it with y'all and talk to y'all. You know what's crazy? I just made about a 30-minute video, right? And I made the whole video, and for some reason it deleted. Yep. So when I start these videos, I hit this button and it starts recording, and then sometimes when I hit stop, it just cuts off and goes back to my home screen. I'm not sure if it's because I do them too long or what it is. But I'm ready to experiment right here with it, and we're going to see how long I can do on this video. So, you know what I mean? If you guys ain't doing shit and you're just kicked back on your couch or you're in your bed or, you know what I mean, you're just at home and chilling and you like watching me, well, welcome. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys because, you know what I mean, I really like doing this. I like talking to you guys, and, you know what I mean, I have nothing better going, you know what I mean, nothing else going on for myself right now besides sitting here and talking to you guys about my past and my future and my journey, and, you know what I mean, maybe you guys can listen to me, right, and maybe I can say something that just might help you, or it might motivate you, or, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'll say something that'll change your life, or fucking, you never know. You just fucking never know listening to me, you know? I'm gonna be real with you because, you know what I mean? I'm one of a kind. I'm a character. You know what I mean? I'm definitely a character. And, you know what I mean? I'm not a stupid guy. You know, I'm really not. You know, I'm from the streets, and that's my problem. I grew up in the streets, you know what I mean? I grew up in all different type of placements and, you know what I mean, all type of shit like that. So, I never had stability in life. And I never got the chance to figure out who I was. I was too busy always trying to, you know what I mean, I found myself like a chameleon. You know what I mean? Always trying to blend it. I always had to blend in everywhere I was. And I did that for survival reasons. Depending on the environment that I was in would depend on what Johnny I was. If I was locked up, I'm a different person, obviously. If you know what I mean? If I'm on a unit around a bunch of gangsters, I'm a different person, obviously. If I'm around a bunch of jokesters, I'm a different person. When I'm home, when I'm with a female, I'm a different person. And, you know, I found myself most of my life not having an identity. The identity that I had was Johnny as a junkie or a dope fiend or a thief. That was my identity. But Johnny didn't know who Johnny was. Johnny had no idea who Johnny was. Johnny had no idea who Johnny was to become. Johnny honestly thought he was going to be dead by 35, and I'll be 35 next Wednesday, and I'm proud to say that. I'm proud to say that I've made it the last over 2 years now without putting no needles up in me. No needles, no coke, no dope, no crack, no crystal meth, no Molly, no fentanyl, no Xanax, none of that shit. I smoke my weed and I take my Suboxone. For the longest time, I struggled with not knowing who I was, like I said. Today, you want to know who Johnny is? This is who Johnny is. Johnny is the type of guy that has a really big heart and will take anybody in and try to help them change their life. Johnny's the guy that sees more in you than you see in yourself. Johnny's the guy that tries to motivate anybody that he brings into his life to be the best person they can possibly be. Johnny's that guy that gives his little bit of money over to help another person out when they're in need and doesn't expect a motherfucking thing back. Johnny's that guy that doesn't have to ask to borrow shit from nobody no more because Johnny takes care of Johnny. Johnny doesn't rely on nobody else. Maybe once in a while for a ride or something. But everybody benefits off of Johnny. Johnny's a man that is trying to change his world, his life, his self, and share his experience with the world. And maybe help them change themselves. Johnny's that guy that ain't afraid to show who he is. That isn't afraid of what the public thinks about him. He can give two fucks about what anybody thinks about him. Because Johnny knows where Johnny was. And Johnny will never forget where Johnny was. Johnny knows where Johnny was, and Johnny knows where he is today. Johnny owns a fucking $600,000 home that all I gotta do is pay property tax on. That's who Johnny is. Johnny is a son today. Johnny's a fucking son. Building a relationship with his father slowly but surely. Johnny's an artist. Johnny loves making music. Johnny loves to write. Johnny loves poetry. Johnny loves entertainment. Johnny's a creator. That's who Johnny is. Johnny's not a thief no more. Johnny's not a drug addict, dope fiend no more. Johnny's not a fuck up that's gonna go rob your house no more. Johnny's never gonna steal from you no more. Johnny doesn't do nothing to nobody but try to help people. I try to stay away from evil thoughts and evil doings. And sometimes I find myself with females like falling for their trap and I let their evil ways get to me and then, you know what I mean, I want to put them down and shit. Why, Johnny? Stop, Johnny. That's not you, Johnny. Stop that, Johnny. That's the old Johnny. And Johnny trying to change his ways, and Johnny ain't afraid to admit when he's wrong. See, the number one thing in recovery is admitting to your wrongs. Accepting that you got a problem. And trying your hardest to fucking do something about it. Learning to discipline my fucking life? Do you know who you're talking to? My name is Johnny James. I don't know discipline. I've been locked up 69 times. I don't know discipline. I don't know discipline. I've had to teach myself discipline. I had some really good brothers around me that was teaching me discipline, teaching me the things that I need to know, the fundamentals to help me get through life. Basic fundamentals. Basic shit I didn't know until I was getting locked up. I learned more being locked up than I learned anywhere. You think I'm joking? I learned more being locked up than I learned anywhere. I learned more about being a man being locked up than I learned it. Listen. I'm not your perfect example, but I'm a damn good example of you can go from this type of life to that type of life. Anybody that knows me knows what I was doing. They know what I was about. If you know me, you know what I was about and you know what I was doing. If you look me up on K-Search, you see what I was about, you see what I was doing. I got to it every fucking day and I didn't hesitate. Every day was go, 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 go. I'd find myself in so many fucked up situations, being stabbed, being shot, being pistol whipped, being held up at gunpoint, held up at knife point, holding other people up at gunpoint, holding other people up at knife point, robbing people, me getting robbed, stealing cars. You name it, I was doing it. And I'm not fucking lying, like, shit ain't a game. Shit is not a fucking game out there. And we get so wrapped up, we don't realize how far we get into where that deep into it. And when you're deep into something like that, bro, escaping it is just about impossible. It's just about impossible. I got very lucky with that, with my father having that house that he had and it burning down. Had that house not burned down, I would have never been able to get a home. I got very lucky, bro. Very lucky. That doesn't happen to people, bro. I'm fortunate. I'm very blessed. I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. I deserve it. I've been through hell, and I believe every motherfucking addict, recovering addict, deserves it. I believe everybody deserves a good life. And I pray that everybody finds their way. I pray they do, because I'm very thankful I found mine. I'm very thankful I was able to secure me a home for the rest of my life, as long as I'm able to pay the property tax and shit like that, which I'm always able to do. I'm always going to make sure that I'm able to do that. I am no slouch. I'm no slacker. I try to be the best at everything I do. I put my all in everything that I do. That's who Johnny James is. Johnny don't play. Johnny's just getting to do his thing. And Johnny's loving it. Johnny's loving it. Johnny's finally came up. Johnny's came up. Remember all of you people that called me a loser? Said I wouldn't be shit? I know who you are. Do you remember when you were calling me a fucking loser? And telling me I'd never be nothing but a fucking toothless junkie? Cause I remember you. Do you remember me? How's it feel? Now, I see some people, they're very happy with what's happening with me. They're very shocked. They're very proud of me. I got a few people that I really look up to, that I really fuck with. I'm so proud of them. I'm not going to say no names, but I'm very proud of a few of my friends. We're finally living the life we deserve. We are finally living the life we deserve. We deserve this. We definitely deserve this. And it's only up from here. It's only up. We definitely ain't turning back. See, you know what I mean? Some of the men that I know, we're some straight soldiers. We've been through fucking hell. Literally, we've been through hell. We also got one hell of a story to fucking tell. We got stories to tell. We survived situations you have no idea even exist. We seen things you wouldn't even fucking believe it are going on out there in that city. Every time that I see somebody's in rehab, I'm so happy. I'm rooting for them. I want them to make it. I want them to make it so bad, but I know how hard it is to make it. I know that they got to go into a halfway house after that, and I know that they got to discipline themselves, and I know that they got to be willing to accept responsibilities for the things that they do, and they got to be willing to change their mindset, and that they're not going to make it. They're not going to make it. So all my friends is, I'm in their asses. I'm in their asses, bro. Listen. This is me you're talking to. This is me you're talking to, bro. Listen, you gotta literally change everything about your thinking. Everything. Everything. And I know how hard it could be to stay in a life of recovery if you ain't able to smoke. So if you gotta go to a halfway house and you gotta do sobriety and all you can rely on is your maintenance, I'm looking to get off maintenance. I got on maintenance after I got shot, and it helped me through my whole jail sentence, and it helped me recover while I was locked up, and it let me be able to, make a choice. And I made a choice to study the book of NA and go to NA in there, and I made the choice to do things on my tablet and shit like that. Then I made the choice to come home and live a normal life. I made a choice that I would smoke medical, that helped me with my PTSD, my ADHD, my depression, because I go through it. I'm a man that really goes through it. I think of some things and I have some very, very, very bad flashbacks. And I have very severe anxiety attacks that fuck me up. They send me into seizures. Now, it's due to me shooting coke and crystal meth and Molly for fucking years, dude. Some people find sobriety. I found recovery. I found a way that works for me to stay away from Baltimore City and out of them streets and let me live in this home that I was able to get and secure for me and my father. And now I get to take care of my father and show him that I get to be a son and be a man. I get to make a family. I get to do whatever the fuck I want. You know why? Because I got the choice to do it now. Because I found a new way of life. Where before, only choice I had was to shoot coke and shoot dope all day and all night. That was my only choice. To stay away from the police as long as I can. Because it's not if I get locked up. It's when I get locked up. Because I'm going to guarantee keep getting locked up as long as I was in that life. That was never going to stop until I died. Until I died, it would have never stopped. Had I got shot and they not put me on Suboxone, and I would have been locked up the whole time chasing Suboxone down Towson. I don't have anybody to send me no money. Do you know how hard it is for a man like me to get commissary and shit? But that's my mindset. That's how my mindset would have been the whole time I was in there. I would have been fucked up. Then I would have came home fucked up. And I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm doing right now. I wouldn't have been able to maintain. But, thankfully, they put me on the Suboxone. They started the Suboxone program in the jails. And I was able to get a chance. But yeah, so I hope everybody has a great day. And I'm going to get up off here. I got a couple things to do and shit around the house. And, hope everybody has a very, 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 very safe recovery day. Green recovery, baby.